Hey everyone, this is Alan over at Patriot Tactical. Just doing a video here. I wanted to do a video regarding gun cleaning. So I know there's millions of videos out there on YouTube regarding this, but I figure I could throw my own little twist on it to what I do when I clean my firearms, especially with so many brand new uh, gun owners out there. So shout out to those people exercising their Second Amendment right. Um, just keep in mind how to vote so we can all keep it. So, but yeah, this is a video of cleaning my Glock 48. Now, this is a very custom Glock, but the cleaning is going to be exactly the same, whether you have a modified Glock like this or your stock Glock 48. It's going to be very similar to the takedown of basically any Glock. Before I take it down, though, I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that I use to clean with. So one thing I do is, even though the stuff I use is like biodegradable, it doesn't smell or anything like that, I still wear my nitrile gloves. I like the purple ones. So, so these are what I use to clean. I have these on my hands. So I'll start out with some of the stuff, and I'm going to have a surprising item that I use to clean that you probably have never heard of. It's going to go from normal to exotic here. So let's start with the basics. So you're going to need a handgun cleaning kit or some form of it. It doesn't have to be the whole kit. You're just going to have to make sure you have your scrub, your brush, your jags, the handle, the tube, I guess you'd call it. So I use Birchwood Casey. This is a good one for handguns. You want to make sure it matches your caliber as well too. So this is a 9mm. You want to buy it for 9mm. I think, I forgot the caliber, but there's a caliber that's basically the same as a 9mm. 357. So 357. So this comes with different brushes and sizes for all different calibers, but 357, 9mm, it's the same jag or brush size. So you want to do that. Okay. Another one is your standard bolt cotton gun cleaning patches. I use, this could be any brand or anything. I use Hops 9 just because they had it in bulk. I forgot where I even got it from, to be honest with you, but I got 500 of them. You can pick these up anywhere. You probably pick them up at your local grocery store just about with Hops. They're so well known. Another one I use, I'm not sure if a lot of people use or not, is these Q-tip swabs. I really like the old school ones with the wooden, the wooden end to it. So, the handle. So these aren't like Q-tips. They're, where they have two different ends. These are more like a medical grade. So it has the cotton on the one end and nothing on the other. So I do like these. Not easy to find, but okay, let's get into some of the more exotic stuff we're going to be using here. So brushes. So here's your typical brush for cleaning inside the slide in different areas. So that's your typical brush. I'll use this as well, but another thing I like to use is, boom, Oral-B toothbrush. So basically, after I get done with these, I've had a few of these. I've moved up to a higher end Oral-B, like the better ultrasonic. These are like more the cheaper ultrasonic. They're like maybe, I don't know, $8 to $12, kind of single use. You can see as you use it, the bristles wear out. But this is still an ultrasonic brush. It's battery powered. You can see it still spins. So basically, you know, I use this. It almost makes it like a mini ultrasonic cleaner to get into these different areas on here. So I haven't really seen too many people use these before. Works out really well. I've used this. I've came up with this idea and I've used this a lot, and it really gets in there and gets that gunk out. You know, along with the brush as well. So let's get into the cleaning. So I use a company called Breakthrough. I don't know where I found these guys at. I tried CLP, hated it, hated the smell. Uh, you know, I just didn't like it for whatever reason. So I moved quickly away from CLP when I started, you know, cleaning my firearms. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how I heard about these guys, Breakthrough. But the local store had it, and I went with this brand here. And really liked it because it doesn't have that odor or smell that, you know, lingers around the house or the area there, especially if you have children or pets or any type of allergy or asthma issues. So that's the big bottle in the box. It comes, I think, in 3 different sizes. So they call it military grade solvent, multi-purpose cleaner and degreaser, odorless, stain-free, user safe. So really good stuff, good brand there. After I've completed the cleaning, and I top it off with this stuff. This is called Breakthrough Battleborn HP Pro Lubricant and Protectant. The temperature range on this is ridiculous. It's, I think, I can't see that, negative 65, I think. Oh man, I can't see it. Negative 65 degrees Fahrenheit, we'll go with that, to positive 507 degree Fahrenheit. So I think this will pretty much handle anything that you could survive in holding the gun. So any type of temperature extremes. Real good stuff. This is synthetic. Really like this stuff. So let's move on to some other stuff that I do that some people don't, some people do. I always, let's go into the firearm now. So first thing you want to do before cleaning anything is go ahead and check it to make sure it's safe. So you do that by, one, never touching the trigger. You know, it should be locked as well, but you know, I was already working on it. So you know, once you remove your gun safety lock, don't push the trigger. Go ahead and drop your magazine. You see that's nice and dirty. So drop your magazine. Again, finger always off the trigger. Go ahead and push the slide back. There's a slide lock stop right here. That's what that is right there. So you push it all the way back while pushing that up into that notch right there on the slide, and that will lock the slide back. Unless you have the magazine in it, then that will lock it back as well. But I like to drop the magazine first. So inside there, you can see the chamber is clear. Well, not of dirt, but it is clear of any rounds. It's pretty dirty because I was using it. And there is the feed ramp as well. So the feed ramp is where the round comes off the lip of the magazine and is chambered into that hole there. And that's your firing chamber. But it slides up on that lip first. So I'm going to show you how to take care of that and, you know, pay some attention to that to keep like from rounds from getting stuck on that lip and slide very easily. Like on this pistol, they just glide right over that and right into the chamber. And how I accomplish that first is to, every time I clean, and it's already been polished when I built this pistol, but every time I clean it, I go back over it lightly with this stuff, which, sorry, I've had this forever, so this is all smashed up, but it's called Maz. Really good and fine metal polish. It says for all metals, and this stuff works great. Basically, it's not too abrasive, but it will leave a shine on there. It leaves actually a little bit of protection on it. So you combine that with the Battleborn HP Pro, and you got a good slick area there that's protected for the round to slide into the cartridge and the bullet. And then of course your trusty Dremel tool, you know, with the attachment. That's how I use to, or what I use to buff that feed ramp. So which I'll show you later. Okay, another part which you're not going to believe is, so this is a craft stick, also aka a tongue depressor, so also known as a tongue depressor, like used in hospitals, or you know, the doctor sticks it in your mouth and tells you to go ah. So that's what this is. So but you can also get them at craft stores. That's where I got this from, a big pack of them. And what I use this for, you're actually going to be pretty amazed at what I'm going to use this for, especially in combination with this. Yes, you're seeing that right. I'm not crazy. This is the correct video. You are watching the correct video. This is a firearm cleaning video. But I have actually found that one of the best things you can use to clean your firearm with is baby wipes. So I have babies, so I have lots of these laying around. You know, I had to get them, you know, so we get the Kirkland, a big pack, so, you know, we have plenty of them. And I don't know how or why, but one day I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm in a rush, I'm in a hurry, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe the gun down using a baby wipe, because that's what I had in my hand at the moment. And I tried it, and it worked really well. I was actually amazed. So I've actually incorporated baby wipes into the cleaning that I do on my firearms. And I'll show you that later. So now that we have this open, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down for you to show you how to take it down. And then we're going to cut away, and I'm going to go ahead and spray this guy down. I'm going to show you how the best way to do that without spraying it down. That would be pretty boring, but I'll show you the areas where you want to hit and really scrub, and then later show you where to how I'm going to use the baby wipes and all that, and where to put the oil on. So let's start again. I'll make sure, double, triple check that chamber is empty. Oh, and before I even get into that, there is no optic on the top. So that makes it a lot easier to clean, because you don't have to worry about any of that solvent leaking back into your optic. Now, I don't think too many people are going to want to take their optic off. It just happened to be that I'm doing some R&D work and some testing on this pistol with optics. So, you know, it just didn't have it on it. So I figured that was a good time to clean it when it's off, so I don't have to worry about any spray or oil or anything coming back on the optic. The best way to do that is just use your cover that comes with the optic. Like most optics come with like a little rubber boot. Put that on it while you're cleaning it, and that will keep stuff from going up inside of it. So just wanted to let you know that. So what you want to do here is pull it back, hold it, and then release it while you're pulling down on this. Pull the trigger, and this guy will fly forward. So let me kind of show you how I did that. You want to hold, I don't know if you saw it or not, but you want to hold this with the slide pulled back with this hand over it. And then there's your takedown right here. So as it's pulled back slightly, you pull this down. As that is pulled down, you pull the trigger. When you pull the trigger, you'll hear it go, you'll hear it snap, and then the slide will just come straight forward. You know, it helps too if you have it tilted down slightly as well. And that will take the gun down to, now you have the frame and you have the slide. So now on the slide, you have to take this down further. So you have your recoil spring assembly right here. Go ahead and pull that back and up and out. And put that down. And now you have your barrel inside the slide. So now this can freely move because it's not being retained by the recoil spring. So what you do with that, oh, let me move my hand, is take this and just kind of flick it. It should just come right up. Yeah, you have to take it out of battery there, but once you get out, see it just slides out. So once it's slid out, take it, you can grab it right here by this lug right here, pull it up, angle it up, and it comes right out. Okay, and there is the dirty slide. And it's not too bad, but still, you want to clean it up, especially in these areas back here. And just remember, the best way to do it is to put that solvent on it. You can just spray it right on in the slide here. But once you spray it, you want to take it and either sit it down like this on whatever area you're working on, or put it like this, where anything in there could slide out of it. The best way, I think, is to just take it and then put it this way. You don't want it this way, because if you spray it down as pointed down, all that gunk will get into your striker chamber, and it'll slide right down inside of that, or that, well, this one doesn't have a channel liner, but it'll just get all gunked up inside there, and you don't want that. So either do it this way, or even preferably this way. Let it sit down like that. So I actually do it right at the sink, which I will go ahead and do. And then the other part is inside of here, which you can see these points all in here need to be cleaned up, and then inside of it. So go ahead and do that and come right back. All right, and we're back. So went off camera there for a bit. I didn't think it was very, I don't think too many people will find it sexy to clean the gun and, what have you. So went off camera there for a bit. So back to show you the finished cleaning, and also wanted to fill you in on some other things I did too. So because I was off camera when I did it, just want to show you, this is what I used to clean the barrel. So this is a brush. This is the brush I was talking about earlier for 9mm brass cleaning brush. So what you do is you put it on in this kit from Birchwood Casey. It comes with this handle, and then you attach this long rod, and then this twist on to the front here. So this is what I used first to clean the barrel. You squirt the military grade solvent in there from Breakthrough, or what have you, whatever you want to use, and I let that soak in for about 5-10 minutes or so, depending on how dirty your gun is. And then you go through through the barrel. I go through about 10 times, and I go through both sides. And then once that is done, it breaks up everything. I take this. Now it comes with jags. I don't like using the jags. I actually use this, which is soft, and then wrap this over it, kind of like that, and then push it through. Turn it over, flip it over, push it through again, and then push it a couple times. You could also put oil on it on the last run through if you want. I've never really worried too much about that, but you could do that as well. All right, so let's dive back into this. So after the thorough scrubbing, and of course you use your Q-tips and your gun cleaning patches to kind of clean it up. Again, like I stated earlier on the slide, once I sprayed that down inside, I let it sit for a minute and then went back over it with the brush, the motorized brush or ultrasonic brush, or whatever you want to call it. So toothbrush. So, and that worked real good on there to clean it out. Make sure, try your best not to get any gunk down in that channel through there. I cleaned the recoil spring. definitely want to hit that magazine, the top of it. You want to be careful not to, well, usually what I do on the top here, after I've used the brush for a while, it gets all saturated with, you know, the solvent. And I do not spray anything down into the magazine. I just use it on the top piece there, kind of depress the follower here, and then kind of get in those lips on the side, and then kind of clean those up with a Q-tip and the gun cleaning cloths. So that, you know, makes that look nice and clean. The barrel, clean that up. It's a stainless steel barrel. So you can see that cleans up real nice. You see the rifling in there. That feed ramp right there, now you can really see it. I'm going to polish that as well. And of course the frame. Now I've done a polishing job on this, you know, when I put it together. So I just want to show you there. It is completely cleaned. Oh, I want to share a couple more secrets here for what I do with cleaning. So some of these parts, these like the rails, the plunger that have already been polished, the tip of the barrel there, or muzzle there, and then also the feed ramp. Anything that was already polished, you can get these from the grocery store or wherever. I love these things. This is this one is called a kitchen scrubber, but it's that foam stuff, like, you know, if you get a mark on the wall, like to clean crayon, you know, if your kids are drawing on the walls, you can use this to gently kind of scrub that off. This stuff is like a sponge. It's very, very fine. It won't take any material off, but it'll give you a nice shine. So what I do is I take this and, you know, like run it around the tip of the barrel to kind of clean that up. Gives it a nice polish, gets that gunk out of it. You know, just makes it look like it was brand new again. You know, any of that lead buildup there, you know, along with the solvent. You know, you have to use the solvent first to break it apart, but after that you can finish up with that sponge or what have you. So like I said, this you get right from you know, wherever. I forgot what they're called. I think they call this a kitchen sponge, like Mr. Clean or something. I don't know who makes them, but I get these as a pack. You know, a lot of stuff I find cleans firearms really well is just stuff around the house that we already have. Another thing I use too is a can of compressed air. So this comes in real handy to blow any solvent left straight through the trigger. So just blow it straight out the top, straight down, and then, you know, you'll see all this stuff leaking out onto the trigger or gunk, and then you can clean that right off, as well as anything anything you may think you get into the channel there. You can blow right out. So that comes in real handy. I always have compressed air. So let me show you, let me get this stuff out the way, show you my little trick with the baby wipes. So again, baby wipe, you know, it works great. You can wipe the outside of the gun off here. This is pretty clean because of how much cleaning I did inside of it already, but you know, this is really nice to do a quick clean off in between shoots. You know, if you don't have enough to really need to tear it down to clean it, but you know, you do have some gunk on it, you know, you want to clean off. This comes in real handy. But let me show you where this really comes into play here. It really works well. What I do is I take this and fold it over, and then I take it and put it at the end of your craft stick. Then you can just take it and get right into those rails. And let me show you what this does, because it's the same thickness. You can get in there. Look at that. If you can see it, but yeah, that got that gunk right off of there. That's what's inside the rails. So that's what's inside that one rail there. Okay, let's try this one here. This takes a couple quick swipes too, you know, and you can get it right out, so. And we'll get in there deeper. Don't fold it over twice, just stick it right into your wipe there. And then take it and bring it straight down. You'd be amazed how much still gunk is still in there, even from using a brush. Everything you can think of to get in there and clean it seems to not clean it and it still leaves this gunk still inside of the rail. So there you go. That's all the stuff that was still stuck in the rail even after cleaning with solvent. And that's using that craft stick and a baby wipe. Now you can take the remaining baby wipe that is still clean and get in there and clean your any recesses on the slide. You know, if you have a custom slide like I've got, you know, those windows, you can get in there, clean it. Again, those recesses back there, just real quick. And again, these baby wipes, I mean, man, they're just invaluable. I mean, you just, in between shoots, I even use these now. So when I come home with a gun, just to, you know, get the gunpowder off the outside of it, or just to wipe it down. And once you wipe it down, just let it sit and it will dry right off. Again, this was already clean, so you're not going to see much on this, but use this to clean your magazines. The type of residue that's still stuck on there, you know. Who knows what you bring home from the range. Yeah, it's just sitting there. Again, you know, gunpowder and residue flies all back up on the frame as well. You can just wipe that down. Of course, I like the non-scented version. So if you want your gun to smell like new baby smell, you can go with the fresh scented version if you'd like, but I think the standard non-scented one is good. And it just dries right up. I mean, just, like I said, best thing I found so far for cleaning a firearm, baby wipes. Don't forget your mag wells as well there, where your magazine goes. All right, so yeah, we are done there with that. So the next thing I wanted to show you real quick is just a quick little, and since I still have gloves on, this is easy. Just take this stuff, get a little bit there, does not take much. Just put it on your feed ramp there. You want to get it inside there. Take your Dremel. I use high. Just turn on high. And just gently, you don't want to get too aggressive in here. I just turn high and just let it do the job. I'm not putting any pressure on it at all. Maybe just when you get towards the end there, put just a little bit of pressure on it. Follow the contour of it. You're not trying to reshape it, you're just trying to smooth it out to where that round slides right in there. Never, since doing this, I've never had a hang up on a pistol. Even with rounds that may not be the best. You know, with this ammo shortage, I think all of us have had to resort to ammo that with names we would never have used before. And even with those bargain brand ammo, 9mm, it's still just fed perfectly with no issues. And I think that is due to how much attention I pay towards the feed ramp. So whether it's a custom barrel or stock barrel, I always do that. I actually had noticed on my Hellcat, they actually worked that feed ramp from the factory. I didn't have to do anything to it, so I think they're catching on. All right, so now we have that done. Now we can start the oiling. So this is where leaving your gloves on comes in real handy. So, but yeah, so we're gonna start. I usually start with the barrel and put it to the side. For this one, you might want to have like a rag or something, you know, that you can take and put off to the side. And then what I do is I just put some drops on the barrel. Now, of course, you can already see the wear marks where it's going to wear on there. And I'm not picky about where it goes onto this barrel, because what I do, I put it over the whole thing. And the reason I do that is because it makes it easier to clean. It's such a thin layer, it's not going to hurt anything. So, and I'd rather have more on there than less. So then all you do is take it, you know, you got gloved hands on, and just rub it in. Make sure it hits all those different areas. And this is what's nice about having the gloves on. Be careful near those sharp areas, though. Will cut your glove up. So, but no worries there. So yeah, that barrel is pretty good now. So that's easy. All right. Jump over to, usually I do the easy stuff first. So over here, since you have it already on the glove, you actually have the oil on the glove. You don't even have to use that much. I might put like a drop where it connects there. And just kind of just work the spring there. That one's good. Since, like I said, since it's already on your glove, it's real easy to just take it and then just lube up that follower slightly. Again, like I said, you don't want to get anything down into the magazine, but you know, just on the top lip there, and then we can wipe the remaining off later. Then I do the slide. Pay a little more attention to the slide, because you do have metal to metal contact here. So, and you can see it too, usually on a pistol that you used there. So I put some down there, put some on that plunger, and of course back on the striker, the end of the striker, because that's going to hit your crucifix there. So, and actually what I do is I move the plunger back and forth, make sure I got that able to move well. Let's see here. Inside, that's where the hood, that's the hood of the barrel there hits, so definitely make sure to get some in there. Okay. And it doesn't hurt to put a little bit on the sides either. And I will put a little bit in those freshly baby wipe cleaned channels there. Put a little bit in there as well. Again, you don't have to get too crazy. I'll even put a little, since like I said, it's on the glove, it's real easy to just take it and put it there. Okay, that's completed. Okay, now on to the frame. Again, it's on your glove, so that makes it, that's another reason, like I said, I love to use these gloves, because when it gets to the oiling part, makes it real easy. You have that leftover oil on your glove, so you can really get in there and hit some areas with your finger there. Of course, that's not going to be enough. You're still going to have to get in there and so you want to make sure to hit the lugs. There's the front lug. You want to get underneath it. Trigger bar. I put some on the, I forgot the name of this thing. Locking lug, I think it's called. Back, anything that shines, you want some oil on. Okay, at that point, then you can kind of work it in. Like I said, real easy with that glove on. Super easy. And this is just a basic cleaning. You know, all this will come out if I'm doing a more involved cleaning. You know, the whole pistol will come apart, but you don't have to do that too often. I even take a little bit, just stick my finger in there, just where the magazine goes in. Okay, super easy. All right, so now let's put it back together. So what you want to do now, you got your slide, well-oiled slide there. You got your barrel. Place the barrel inside of it. It drops in. It will just sit there with its own weight. Recoil spring. This end right here goes up against the lugs, and it drops down right into that hole right there. I don't know if you can see it. It just goes right in there. And once you get it in there, then you just push it, let it drop down. Okay, top assembly is done. So now you take this. These lugs line up with the back there, and it just slides in. So you want to take this, line them up. Once you get the front lugs in, super simple. Now, it may take some force. Don't be afraid to just jam it on there. Oops, knocked the camera off. Okay, so now once you get it on there, it's a little slippery still. So once it gets on there, now is a great time to go ahead and take your gloves off. Okay, and guess what? That same baby wipe can come right back out and clean up the excess oil on the sides. Check that out. All that excess oil wipes right off with the baby wipe on the slide. Of course, you still want on the barrel. Just get all that excess oil off of there. Okay, and then you want to rack the slide a few times to make sure everything is seated right, everything fell where it was supposed to, and everything gets oil where it's supposed to go. And to do that, just rack it a few times, check it out, look internal inside of it, and you'll feel it. It'll be It'll be super smooth. So, get the top there, or the front there. As you're doing that racking motion back and forth, it's going to push oil off the barrel. This is a very tight fit. This is a Zafiri Precision, so it's going to fit very tight. This flush and crown barrel with this, I think this is the ZPS.2 slide for the Glock 48. Super tight lockup and barrel. Might have some little bit of lint from that baby wipe. No worries there. You still have your gun cleaning cloth. So then you can take that, clean, do a final wipe down on it. Okay, let's double check the magazine. And just real quick to wipe any excess oil off. Flip that over there. Okay, let's check the magazine. Okay, goes in nice. Drop it with the magazine release. Everything works still really good. And then double check the lockup for the magazine. How you do that, just make sure the magazine is inside of it and engage fully, and rack the slide back, and it should stay open. So look at that polishing job there. So went from extra grungy and dirty to Mr. Clean. Okay, so I hope any new gun owners that's watched this learned something, and I hope I was helpful in showing you how to safely and efficiently clean your new firearm. Anybody that's old school or an old pro at it, hopefully they were able to pick up any new tips or tricks that I was able to offer. Either way, you definitely want a clean firearm when you're shooting, because it just helps it to work better. Remember, you're going to have metal on metal contact, so any dirt or grunge or anything that is stuck in there will decrease the life of your firearm. So you definitely want to keep them cleaned and maintained. And again, those baby wipes come in handy. I always take them with me to the range because it makes a quick cleanup, and then you just throw it away. They're cheap. So like I said, hope everyone was able to get something out of this video, and we'll be doing more coming soon.